All right, so today's discussion about the following blog post: leadership teams are a 21st century necessity. Basically, the article discusses the shift from heroic individual leaders to collaborative, cross functional, ambidextrous leadership teams. And the question is here, why can't one smart leader basically lead everything and manage everything all by themselves?
Well, let me begin by picking those statements apart because you've said a lot of things, some complicated words there. Let's sort it out. First of all, having one heroic leader is a myth. It has always been a myth. And any leader that tried to be that heroic one person leader has failed. The ones who succeeded had a team behind them. Now, whether that team was visible or invisible, whether that team was real or imaginary, we don't know, but they didn't succeed because they were one person. They succeeded in any cases where there was success. They succeeded because they had the wisdom to consult with others. Now, the world has changed a lot. And when you talked about multifunctional, multidisciplinary team, I will leave ambidextrous for a while. What
Yes.
does multifunctional and multidiscipline mean? The world has become a very complex place. So if someone, for example, says, "Oh my goodness, we have AI, what a wonderful idea," and they're all excited about it, these people haven't thought about what it takes to have a successful anything. Did they even ask how much energy is required? What are the prerequisites? What is the infrastructure that's needed? How do you make that work? And the complexity is beyond belief. It requires infrastructure, it requires an understanding of how the system works, what it would take, what kind of people need to be around, how much energy, how do you sustain it. And I'm just throwing these out because I want to give uh, some kind of a flavor of understanding of how
Mm,
much complexity is involved in today's modern, technologically sophisticated world.
mm.
There isn't one discipline, it's complex. And underestimating the complexity by thinking that some individual can do it is a recipe for failure. So, yes, respect what you know, but you also need to respect the vast amount that you don't know. And that's why you need a multifunctional team. So you have all these different disciplines, all these different experts being able to share their knowledge and look at what is required to make any kind of system work.
I'm
So
interested to, yeah,
go ahead. No, go ahead. No.
I'm interested to know more about ambidexterity and ambidextrous leadership teams because this is somehow a new term when when we say leadership team, what does it mean, ambidextrous leadership
I think
teams?
ambidextrous leadership is an approach to leadership, and that's why I wanted to set it aside for a while because understanding multidiscipline and multifunction
Mm,
means looking at many different areas of expertise:
mm,
human, non human, technological, chemical, mechanical. There are so many things that are involved for anything to succeed in today's complex world. But ambidextrous is related to our approach to how we manage things in terms of time.
okay.
We live in a very complex world where the present and the past and the future bring very different elements to us. The past is things which have been tried and tested, things which
Mm,
we can build on. It's foundational.
mm,
And those are things we know have worked and will continue to work. We're not going to change the laws of physics, although we may discover new things about the laws of physics and things have been discovered. in terms of surprising elements of quantum physics, but building on the past wisdom and knowledge and scientific foundations is necessary. You can't just dismiss them. What's happening in the present is upheaval, is unpredictability, is change, and we need to be conscious of that and to deal with that uncertainty and to use the resources that are available for us today, knowing that they won't be permanent and knowing that we may lose them. Ambidextrous means looking far into the future and anticipating the change and the innovation that could come. So, in a sense, ambidextrous means living in two speeds, two dimensions at the same time, benefiting from the past, understanding the uncertainty and unpredictability of the present, and anticipating the change and complexity that could come and preparing for it so that you are ready for the future at the same time. How do you run a business like that? You need to keep things going so that you can survive and you have income, but at the same time you need to prepare for the future changes that will come and that you need to be ready to engage with. Otherwise, you cannot, there is no continuity. That's what ambidexterity is. Multidisciplinary team with an ambidextrous view of how we manage time and continuity.
Between today's work and future innovation or ideas.
Yes, you need to run them in parallel, although they're not, and parallel lines don't necessarily meet.